Gregatron here with some music talk for you guys. Some real good talk coming up right here. Alright, so I'm sure a good amount of people, a lot of people know what Slaughterhouse is, the rap group. Not a Slaughterhouse, but Slaughterhouse, you know, the best MCs around, best rappers, I would say. I love listening to these guys. But if you don't know a Slaughterhouse, if you haven't heard of these guys, this group, just go ahead and pause my video. Just pause it real quick. Go to that little address bar right above me and type in Slaughterhouse, and you'll find all kinds of good stuff. And then after that, hopefully you'll play my video and you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'll see you in a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I've been listening to these guys for like 3-4 years. I gotta say, there's really nobody better. I'll just start with Joell Ortiz. You know, I love his freestyles, probably the best. When it comes to freestyles, I'm just hooked on his freestyles. You know, he can spit nonstop. I have a playlist in my phone, Joell Ortiz freestyles. That's how many of them I have. You know, they're just so creative. They're so fun to listen to. I would rather, sometimes I like his freestyles more than his own songs, more than other people's own songs. That's just his freestyles. His solo music is really nice. I got the Bodega Chronicles and the one from '07. That's good stuff. And then I was like, but then I listened to that song, Battle Cry. I'll put that in the description box. Battle Cry. Oh my gosh. Just listen to it from down there, man. But yeah, he's probably one of the funniest too. You know, I think he keeps the group pretty interesting. You know, and I talked about freestyles. And then we have Crooked I. Oh man, Crooked I. This guy, he'll do this series of one freestyle per week for 52 weeks. That's 52 weeks of freestyles, man. And each freestyle is on point. Now, who can do that? Who can do these freestyles like he can? You know, I haven't heard all of them. He's done the series twice, I believe. But I haven't heard all the freestyles, but from what I've heard, they're pretty on point. You know, I got a lot of them on my phone. Just good stuff all around. And I think he's probably the smartest, you know. This guy says all these big words. He'll say like a 4-syllable word, and then he can rhyme it with like 5 other 4-syllable words. And the stuff will make sense, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of rappers, they'll just be talking and going on and going on. And you're like, huh? What? Like Crooked I, you know, the shit makes sense. Like you're mentally embracing what he's saying. Or he'll take like a 3-syllable word and split it up or rhyme it with 3 single-syllable words. And do that like 4 times. And it always makes sense, you know. I just love when he spits like a Tommy gun, or a Gatling gun. This dude's pretty gangster too. That's some real good music, real music. And then we got Joe Budden. I'll talk about him next. Probably the realest rapper, the realest. You know, a lot of rappers say, you know, like Rakim says, I'm the God MC, and T.I. says, I'm the king of the South, and Rick Ross is the boss, and everybody's got their own little name, you know. But when Joe Budden says, realest to ever do it, he really means that. He's the realest rapper. Or that's what I think anyway. This guy, I'll just talk about solo music real quick. Oh man. Some people call it therapy music, which is no surprise. It's like therapy. I can listen to this guy when I'm working out or when I'm just sitting there on the computer, sitting in the bed. I can listen to Joe Budden like anytime. Anytime. he brings something real interesting to the table because he's probably the darker one out of the group. But that's what's so nice because everybody in the group brings their own personality, their own story to the table. But when he's in the group, he's not as dark when he's on the team. But Joe Budden always brings good stuff. I wouldn't say, Joe Budden, when he's in the group, though, I don't think he does as good as he would on his solo work. But it just depends on the artist. Like Crooked I talked about him earlier. I think Crooked I goes the hardest when he's in the group. But then again, he goes pretty hard single also. But before I talk about all that, we still have Royce da 5'9", First of all, he's funny as hell. He is hilarious sometimes. Like when he said, he's like, this chick wanted a hug, but she was fat, so I gave her dap. Then I told her to scat. Right? That's just the tip of the iceberg. I shouldn't be quoting them. But that right there, he's funny. And when it comes to the group, he's the one that sets the tone. He sets it off. He raises the bar. Then it's like everybody else either tries to rap as good or better. In their first album, he would usually go first, so he would make that mood, and then everybody else would go after him. A lot of times Joe Budden would go last. But I say, as a group, Royce will set it off. I think Joe Budden's he's good, real good single. I think Crooked I is probably the hungriest on the beat, He tries the hardest to me. And Joell is always funny. Well, I shouldn't say always, because they do talk about some serious stuff. But yeah, Crooked I is the hungriest. Joell brings some important stuff. I think this group is so special because everybody is phenomenal. There's so many groups that have like a ton of people, but like half of them aren't saying shit, or a lot of them aren't. Most of them aren't doing anything. But like one member of Slaughterhouse can out-rap somebody else's whole team. I'm not gonna mention any other groups because then I'll start some YouTube arguments, and I don't want to do that. But make sure you listen to these guys. Listen to them individually. Like, I'm not going to recommend any of the four, but because all of their music, individually, they have so much good stuff. And I'm so excited that when they get together, usually they bring something solid, There's an album coming out, the Shady album. I believe it's this month, the 28th. Okay, I'm gonna cop that. I'm gonna have to buy that. Go to Best Buy after work and get me some. Eminem is my champion. He's been one of my favorite rappers since I was like this tall. And him working with them, it's a done deal. After this album, I don't even need any more rap albums. I don't need to listen to rap. All I need is this album, and I'll be good. Look at what Eminem did with Royce da 5'9", the Bad Meets Evil thing. Look at that. Incredible stuff. And like mostly everything Eminem puts out is really great stuff. Now imagine him with Crooked I. Look at those songs like 2.0 Boys and that sort of thing. Look at the cipher they made, the BET cipher. It's going to be a wrap. But I don't want to take the shine off Slaughterhouse and give it to Eminem. I'm going to stay with Slaughterhouse here. Yeah, I'll put some links in the description box. The best rappers, One of them is my favorite rapper. But I'm not going to say who because that's a whole different video. But that's really all I have for you guys. Check out their music. Just type in Slaughterhouse. Type in Joell Ortiz, Crooked I, Joe Budden, Royce da 5'9". That's them individually. I'll put that in the box too. Just let me know what you think. You might have a new favorite rapper.